Does your voice feel fine in the morning and then towards the end of the day it's starting to feel a little weaker or maybe tired or a bit strained and it just feels like you can't keep up with it? If that sounds familiar, keep watching because in today's video I'm going to explain why this happens and what you can do about it. I'm Christine. I'm a vocal health and performance coach, speech pathologist, and trained opera singer, and I help singers, speakers, high demand voice users build a voice that's strong, reliable, and they can feel confident about. So if that sounds like something you need, hit subscribe. A lot of people think a voice gets worse in the afternoon or later in the day because they use it too much, they talk too much, or they sing too much, or they think their voice is weak. But most of the time, that's actually not the problem. If your voice gets worse throughout the day, that's usually an indicator that there's something underneath that's causing that problem. And when you're using a voice that gets tired over time, that means something is not aligned with the mechanism. It could be the breath support, it could be the sound placement, it could be posture. All these things need to be aligned in order for the voice to be supported and to sound clear, and also so you can feel confident about it. Your voice may sound clear in the morning. You wake up, you're like, yep, ready to go. My voice sounds great. And then it's starting to fatigue. For one, it's because you haven't used your voice much yet in the morning. So if later in the day or as the day progresses, your voice gets tired, that could be that either there's a lack of breath support, maybe there's some jaw tension that's building up, maybe the voice is dropping into the throat and it's sounding more like that. Or you try to go louder, but you're actually pushing from the throat. So all of these take extra effort and put a lot of strain on the actual vocal mechanism. The vocal folds are two bands of tissue, and what they want to do is vibrate, and they need air for that to happen. So again, if the mechanism is not supported fully, that's when some of that fatigue or strain kicks in. So when your voice gets worse throughout the day, what are some of the symptoms you might be experiencing? Vocal fatigue, maybe effort in the throat as you're speaking. You might feel tension in the jaw, and it might just be harder for you to speak, and it's kind of exhausting, and maybe even your jaw hurts by the end of the day because you tried to push so hard to get the sounds out. Those are some of the symptoms you might be experiencing when the voice doesn't show up as well as we want it to. What that does not mean that there is something wrong with you or your voice. It doesn't mean your voice is not working. What that tells us is that your voice is not fully supported in the way you use it. And that can be fixed very quickly, actually. One of the best things you can do is start paying attention on when your voice is starting to get worse throughout the day. For example, is it after Zoom calls? Is it after being on speakerphone for a long time? Is it after holding long meetings? Is it after performing? Is it after a vocal warm-up? Those are the patterns you want to pay attention to. When does your voice fatigue? Is it after just talking for a short time? Is it after, you can talk for like 3-4 hours, but anything beyond that, you're fried? Or does it have to do when you go to a noisy restaurant and you want to have a conversation with people? Is that when you notice it? So start paying attention to the patterns. When is your voice starting to change? Because once you know what is making your voice worse, that's when you can start making changes. Also, here are some things that you can do. Give your voice a break, give it some rest before you feel too exhausted. Work on releasing extra tension. Use less effort when you speak. Let the jaw be relaxed. And stop waiting until your voice feels terrible before you take action on it and do something about it. If your voice gets tired, strained, or unreliable throughout the day, I created something for you that will help. It's called the Vocal Reset, 5 exercises in under 5 minutes a day that will help your voice feel better, more reliable, and much easier to use. And just remember, just because your voice gets worse throughout the day doesn't mean you have to push through it. A strong voice is not about effort, it's about efficiency. I'll see you in the next video.